Golden MMA, welcome back to the channel. Today is a very special day. I've got Ghassan Abdenabi, who is about to fight at the Cage Warriors upcoming event on April the 15th. First of all, Hassan, welcome and
Thank,
congratulations on signing with the Cage Warriors.
thank you. Thank you. Really happy about it. I'm really happy to be getting back in the cage after such a long time. It's been a couple of difficult years. A lot of matches have been canceled or asked, but it was a long journey. I've kept training and training and training. So now it's great to put it back into action again.
It's great to be back in action, and I'm curious to know since when have you been in contact with Cage Warriors, and when did you actually get to hear, okay, now it's official, we are signing, it's time to fight?
Well, actually, it started all the way back in August, where I first got the signal from my manager that Cage Warriors was interested in signing me for a bout. And right away, I told him, like, yeah, we're down. But then it took a while to get an opponent, and a huge process started. So when was it? I think like 6 weeks ago, or maybe even a little more. I got offered Andrew Clamp for Cage Warriors in April and accepted it right away. But as I heard from my manager, he didn't accept it. So it didn't go through, and I'm like, okay, what the fuck's going on? Why is everything happening like this? So got a cancellation, and out of nowhere, was it 4 weeks ago? I got the same offer, same opponent, same event, and of course I said yes, let's go. And then I got the contract, and we signed everything, and I'm currently undergoing the medical clearance. And as soon as that's done, everything's official. But we're scheduled to fight. So
And Andrew Clamp, he's a solid fighter. He's got a record of 11 wins, 2 losses, one no contest, 10 finishes, 11 wins, 10 of those 11 wins are finishes. What do you know about Andrew? Have you already seen some footage of him? Have you already seen some weaknesses in his game?
hmm yeah, I looked at a little of the footage. I don't like to go into deep in it. What I've seen is he's a solid fighter. Basically, he does things. He does good. He's a strong grappler. He prefers grappling, from what I've seen, and you can also see it on his record. His stand-up is okay. I think my stand-up will be a lot better, if I'm honest. And I also think that in the grappling aspect, I don't know if he knows it, but I'm not a newbie on the ground. I've been training on the ground for a long time. So I think he's a solid guy, and I think it will be about who will make a mistake first. And I know that if he makes a mistake, I will capitalize on it. And if I start connecting, I know I can put him away.
And in his last fight, Andrew actually got knocked out. It was a technical knockout loss against Chuck Campbell.
Yeah,
Do you think that such a loss, a technical knockout loss, do you think it will have an impact on him coming up to this fight?
it might. He might want to take the fight to the ground a lot sooner because he's facing another striker. But I don't know. It's also about like how did he recover? Because he's been hit and it was a technical knockout, but the referee has seen enough. So it will be also about like did he recover enough? Because 3 months after the fight, having another fight, it's pretty soon. It wasn't a clean knockout, but we need to see. I don't know if he wants to get hit, so he might come out of the gate pretty quick, try to put me up against the cage and try to take me to the ground, hoping that this will stop me. But I see the fight going like in every aspect. I feel comfortable, basically. So yeah, I don't know if it changes anything in his game plan. Actually, to be honest.
So you're comfortable in all areas of fighting. You
Mhm.
believe you can beat him everywhere.
Yeah.
Now, I'm pretty sure that Andrew will be watching this interview because I'm sure he will be doing his own research on you. What words would you say to Andrew Clamp? What is your message to Andrew?
I hope he's prepared, and I hope he doesn't underestimate me. Look, I've been away for 3 years in the cage. I know, and a lot of people might talk about cage rust or something like this, but I haven't stopped training. Actually, I elevated my training. we've talked before. I've been to Asia. I've been to Tiger Muay Thai. I've been to Bali MMA. I was able to measure myself with a lot of great guys, a lot of top fighters. So just know that I'll be coming for him, and yeah, I'll be taking the win. That's my message. I hope he prepares.
And when you look at the landscape of opponents in that light heavyweight division in Cage Warriors,
Mm-hmm.
how do you match with those guys over there?
I've seen a couple of them. I haven't seen all of them fight, but they're decent fighters and they're good. If I'm honest, I think I'm better than all those guys. But the question is, it's a whole different aspect fighting under the bright lights again in the cage, etc. I know that if I'm comfortable, I'll be able to probably get to the title if I'm honest. But that's it. We need to see how my body is reacting in the cage again, how I'm feeling, and as soon as I know, okay, I'm comfortable, I know my game. As soon as I'm comfortable, I know I can take every single fighter in the division.
So the ultimate goal I should understand is that you want to become the champion in Cage Warriors.
Yeah, and I think by putting away Andrew Campbell, I will make a good statement because he just fought a title contender against Chuck Campbell. He lost, unfortunately, and Chuck was able to fight for the title. So I think putting away Andrew Clamp will make a stamp, and maybe I will get a title contender fight afterwards, or maybe even a title fight because the belt is vacant at the moment. So there's no light heavyweight champ. So all directions are open for me.
And you just mentioned that, due to cancellations, due to Corona, you haven't fought in 3 years. How do you deal mentally? Because you are a fighter, you want to fight, you want to be active, but
Mm-hmm.
then a fight gets canceled. It's Corona, this and that. How do you deal mentally with such a hindrance?
Yeah, it's hard, of course. Look, and many times it was like why do I even keep training when every time you're finally peaking again, getting ready for a fight, no, it's canceled. And it's been hard because I got some offer from local organizations, but I know where my level's at, and it's also a game of a bit of luck. You need to have the opportunity to fight for a big organization such as Cage Warriors yourself. And I was pretty adamant in waiting for the opportunity. But it's been hard because all the time like, oh no, got canceled. I was signed to Aries before in 2020, fell down. Oh, they offered me Cage Warriors. I accepted right away. Ah, fell away. Like at one point, you're like, okay, what is going on? Why am I training consistently when I don't get the opportunity? But mentally, I'm pretty strong, and I just kept on going even when I wasn't feeling like it. And then the opportunity presented itself, and now we're here again.
And if you were to give a prediction,
Hmm.
well, how does that fight play out? How do you beat Andrew Clamp?
I probably see me beating him by or knockout or a heavy stoppage by ground and pound, something like that. It all depends on how the fight will go. I think I can stop his takedowns, and even if he takes me to the ground, I'm pretty comfortable that I can fight him on the ground or be able to get up. But I know that as soon as I start connecting, and I've seen it in all my fights, I've had 5 fights so far, finished 4 of them, and 3 of those were by knockout, by technical knockout. So I know that when I start connecting, people will go down. So I have the feeling when I start connecting, it won't take long, if I'm honest, because I know I got that power.
And now you're going to fight for a big organization, Cage
Hmm.
Warriors. Many people are watching these fights.
Hmm.
What is your message for the Cage Warriors fans who are curious about this new fighter from the Netherlands? What is your message to those fans?
Hmm. Well, basically, my message is I hope it will be a great fight. I'm known for being in great scraps. I always come to finish the guys. And yeah, I hope I'll make it entertaining and I hope you'll know what I'm capable of. Because I know, my trainers know, but the fans of Cage Warriors and the fans in England, they don't know. They have no clue who I am. So I'm looking forward to put on a show and taking basically everyone's breath away. Like, who the fuck is this guy? Where did he came from? So that would be my message. Like, okay, watch.
And your friend Orlando Prince is also fighting on the same card.
Yeah.
How does it feel to have a friend and also a grappling coach like Orlando, to have him together with you, fighting together on the same card? How does that feel?
It feels great because normally I'm always by myself fighting on these cards, and now it's you're able to partake in this journey with my friend and my coach because he's also my grappling coach. So having him there, it takes a lot of anxiety off basically, and a lot of the nerves will go away because he's been here before. He fought before Cage Warriors, so he can take me into the process of everything. So for me, it's a really, yeah, it's a nice feeling. And also being able to share this moment with him, two guys from north of the Netherlands, fighting for the biggest organization in Europe, I think it puts a big stamp on what we're able to accomplish here.
And you just mentioned MMA in Groningen in the Netherlands. Obviously, Groningen is not the biggest city, but now there are two Cage Warriors fighters from Groningen.
Yeah.
I mean, what does the future hold for Groningen and MMA Groningen, having in mind that we've already got two fighters in Cage Warriors?
I think this is only the beginning. Look, we got a lot of prospect training at Root MMA and at Ihato. So I think by Orlando opening a door and me following him, it basically opens the door for all fighters. We got a lot of talent and we're known for training hard. And it's also a message to all the guys, like you don't need to be living in Amsterdam or one of those bigger cities. If you just put in the work and you got a good, decent trainer and training partners, it doesn't matter where you're training, you can make it to the big organizations.
100%. Hassan, I truly appreciate the time. And,
No
it's
worries.
clear you're prepared for war. I wish you all the best in the fight.
Thank you.
And
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to speaking to you after the win on April the 15th.
No worries, man. We will definitely do that. Thank you for everything.
No problem. See you, bro.